because I don't know how many more times we're gonna go live and then not live or delete it and then have to redo this because Twitter just loves us so much that
Yeah.
our account will. Oh well, looks like mine is once again.
M- Mine is working.
It does. Hell yeah! So we got one.
Yes, we did. A lot. Yeah. One is better than none.
Yeah, one is certainly better than none. I don't know why my Twitter just hates the links to these. I mean, it happened to John Legeza. I forgot what his Twitter name was, but
Oh,
yeah,
MLB moving
at
averages.
MLB Moving Average. Yeah, so the same issue happens to him where the link just won't show up, and it's
Hmm.
fun. It's great. We love when the app we are forced to pay for to be able to stream doesn't allow us to stream.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah, I don't know. I
But
don't know what to do at this point, but whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but hey, baseball's back, and so are we. That's
Baseball
exciting.
is back, man.
Yeah, and how was your
We're almost
weekend?
through a first week. It was great. It was great.
Yeah, make any
Filled
money?
with baseball watching. No, I played one day on the daily underdog slate. Got my ass handed to me. Um,
Yeah,
you needed Will Abreu. I did not draft Will Abreu.
I
So
dropped Willie Abreu.
yeah, and he's been on an absolute tear to start the year. Um, yeah, not a guy I was interested in this year, but he might prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean he's still a platoon guy. He's not going to play much versus lefties. I mean the only way is if like they don't call Roman Anthony up and they IL Devers. But even so, I don't think that's going to be too much to his benefit. And I think it was just a hot weekend. Um, the Sox are weird right now because there's a lot to like, and I mean, if Devers is hurt, that's a huge hit to their offense.
Yeah, they're kind of cooking without him. At least they did today, I believe. I think they put up a decent amount of runs.
They put up like
Oh no,
five.
they put up 5 today. I was watching the game, and I think I saw them score every single run they scored today. So I was thinking that it was higher than it really was. But yeah, if Devers is kind of stopping that offense from really achieving what they're capable of.
Yeah, I mean, I look at that offense and I just see it's platoon heavy. They have their righties that they bring. Like Ref Snyder's really good against lefties, obviously, so that helps in those situations.
Yeah,
But like most days, you're facing a righty, and that lineup without Devers against righties. I mean, obviously he's not helping them right now, but in terms of reaching that max potential that you would want, it is much lower without Devers.
yeah, it's been kind of rough to see, man. Like I saw a pitch. Cade Povich doesn't throw super hard. Obviously, it's a lefty lefty, but the
Mm-hmm.
dude threw an absolute meatball, and I believe it was 92 miles an hour. And Devers was so far behind on it. I was like, okay, this dude's he's not right. It's probably at this point it's mental on top of physical, because he's already dealing with the lingering injury. So yeah, it kind of sucks to see because Devers is as talented as he is.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pull this up right now. It's always bad when this is what you see. He'll get ready for next year after avoiding shoulder surgery. I don't think this was a positive.
No, no, it's nothing but a negative. I mean, shoulders are shoulders. Um,
Shoulders are shoulders, certainly.
yeah, yeah, it's. I know he's a guy that you faded more than I did. I thought he was gonna play through it and be like reasonably okay, but if this start is any indication, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I don't know if he's gonna. I mean, this is something apparently he's been dealing with since like not before last year, but early last year. So it's not like it just popped up. Um, this has been an issue, and it's probably going to remain an issue because shoulders don't like labrums, ligaments. I mean, you've had some injury. Have you had ligament issues in your? I mean, you played baseball for a little while. Did you ever deal
Yeah,
with anything like that?
yeah. So I had ligament issues with my elbow, not with my shoulder.
Okay.
Um, and I didn't have a shoulder injury. I had, yeah, it was always elbow because I was a side armor. But
Ah.
Yeah, it's none of that's fun, man. None of that's fun, especially for a hitter. A shoulder is just it's kind of your foundation in a way. At least for your power, right? And Devers, that's a huge part of his game. So
Yeah.
this ain't great. This ain't great. I think we're kind of getting confirmation through the first couple weeks. Like obviously, it's really early to victory lap.
Yeah, it's
Any
not something
kind
to
of
victory
beforehand.
lap either because it's like it's just sad. We don't want him hurt.
Yeah, no, of course not. I love Rafi Devers, man. Like he's an absolute stud. But yeah, this is just not good. I think we're seeing the worst case scenario, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play a game past April.
Yeah, I'm absolutely on the same boat. If I'd be prepared to not be, I'd be prepared to like remove him from my lineups ASAP. I wouldn't want it. Like I don't care if he wakes. The percentage chance of Rafi becoming Rafi again versus him just hurting you in fantasy, it's much higher that he's just gonna hurt you. So
Yeah,
I'd probably remove him from my. I wouldn't drop him yet because sliver of hope, sure. We saw Corbin Carroll wake up in the second half of last season, but he was stealing too. There was like, I mean, he still had a low ass average, even in the second half, relatively speaking to what you expected, but he was a monster. I mean, for him, he moved from center field to right field, took the pressure off. Maybe I don't know if he did something to switch his stance or form or whatever. I'm not sure that there's no fix for Devers. Like he's playing DH already. He's already not playing third base.
yeah,
And it's
yeah. I
early,
think they're
yes.
doing. Yeah, it's early, but I think that it's actually a positive from his perspective that it's early because he can make the determination now
Mm-hmm.
that he's not capable of picking it back up for injury purposes because we know how good he is when he is healthy. Like
Of course, one of the best
it,
hitters in baseball.
yeah, I think it's not going to be a long season for Rafi Devers. I don't see how it can be at this point. I don't see him magically turning it around. But then again, you have guys like Corbin Carroll who like really bad shoulder surgery, and it ended up just kind of
Well, he
rectifying
didn't have
itself in the
this.
second
He
half.
didn't have the surgery. No, he didn't have
He
surgery.
didn't.
It
That
popped
that's my
out,
point.
but that's the thing. He didn't have a dislocation of his shoulder. We don't even know what the exact injury is. They're just calling it like inflammation.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't have like an exact designation for what happened, and we're not doctors. But at the same time, it's like when something's been going on over a year, it's an issue. And there's no quick fix except prayer and hope.
Wait a second. You're not a doctor? I thought you were the roto surgeon.
I am by name, not trade, a surgeon. So yes, the old joke there. But yeah, I don't know if anybody thinks or anybody has any insight into Rafi Devers' injury and knows more than us non-doctors. Please, leave a comment or say something because we're looking for answers as well. We don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody knows. I don't even think the Red Sox know what's going on.
No, probably not. But
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to watch maybe the next week if he does pick it up.
But what if he
Then
does? Let's say he just goes over for a full 10 days straight. They have to like IL him at that point
yeah, oh yeah,
just to get
like
him out of the lineup because they're not going to send him
yeah,
to AAA. That's like even worse.
no, I think the Red Sox they have to make the determination if it's at that point if it's more mental than physical.
Mentical,
Mentical.
mentical,
I'm trying to
mentical.
invent a word. It's like mental physical. Um,
I'm here for it.
but no, in all seriousness, like if it's more mental, they can just IL him and get him right. But if it's more physical, he just needs to opt for surgery, probably.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely on the he's ending up on the in the operating room one way or another. Even
Agreed.
if he wakes up, even if he plays through it and figures it out, maybe there's a hitch. I don't know. I haven't even watched it. That I just see the numbers, and the numbers are enough to tell you he's stinking. This isn't just a unlucky BABIP. He's striking out like every other
Yeah.
at bat. Like
Yeah.
the
It's
best you're
gross.
hoping for is a walk.
Yeah, seriously. He walked in his first at bat, and I'm like, oh, maybe he's seen the ball well.
Maybe he's back.
And then I think he struck out the next 2 at bats against Cade Povich, and I was like, oh, there he is.
I think it was I forgot which outing it was over the weekend, but who were they playing over the weekend? I completely forgot. The Sox.
Rangers.
Rangers. Okay. So whomever it was, there were two. I think it was 2 on. Rafi at the plate. It was like a 3-2 count, and he threw a ball. It's like, dude, like dare him to hit it.
Yeah. Seriously, at this point it should be like Miguel Vargas in spring training, man. Like just throw it right down the pipe. He's not going to swing, and if he does, he's not going to hit it.
He took. I think I was watching that at bat specifically, and he took like 2 he checked twice, and I'm like, just throw him a fucking strike, see what happens.
Yeah, he even if he hits it, where's it going? He has no shoulder right now. Like it's not flying anywhere.
No. Well, the shoulder might be flying off before the ball, but that's about it. I mean, looking at this Sox lineup, we talked about it a little. I mean, again, it's solid, but like you're relying on so many things to go right. You're relying on Story to get back. I mean, he's looked solid over the weekend, but he's still not like Trevor Story. Casas, we're in wait and see mode. I believe in Tristan Casas. Campbell looks awesome. Campbell's just like he's a stud. He's young, but he seems ready. Willier against righties he's gonna mash. Wong here and there. Rafaela's not a good hitter, so that's not a shock. But like, yeah, he's not good. I saw someone drop him last week, and then someone else picked him up for like 9% of their fab, and it's like, what the fuck are you gonna do with Cedon Rafael? Go get like Max Muncy on the A's. He could do more for you.
He's like a decent roto play, but man, he could easily hit below the Mendoza line this year.
Yeah, he's like worse than Jackie Bradley Jr. And the bench is just purely for platoon purposes. Like the bench today, like Romy and Ref Snyder, they're going to be solid versus lefties because of guys like this, but Hamilton, he's not a hitter. They need to call up Roman sooner. Like if they IL Devers, are they bringing up Roman Anthony? Do you think that's like the corresponding?
I think that's the corresponding move, like 100%, because
not Yoshida.
The fact that, you kind of have a point, because it would be natural to get Yoshida back and just swap DH essentially, Devers for Yoshida. But I think Anthony's the move. I think they're looking for any way to possibly get him in there.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing with Rafaela is kind of like the guy. You can't push out Willier.
No, Willier's going to play, especially with how he's been hitting early.
And Rafaela's
I think the
great defender, right?
Yeah, I do think that the most likely scenario is Anthony and Yoshida both come back at some point in April, or come up in the case of Anthony. Rafaela kind of moves into a super utility role because he can play a ton of positions and he's an outstanding defender.
But it's like, does Anthony play center field is the thing?
Yeah, that's how you get his bat in the lineup, right?
That's what I'm saying. So are they gonna risk moving Rafaela, who's a plus center fielder, for that?
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation because if the Red Sox are in need of offense, I think you kind of have to move in the direction of Roman Anthony at some point. But if the offense at the top is clicking, which it's not, because Devers is kind of, a sinking weight at the top, like I feel like you just move towards Anthony and you move in a different direction. Rafaela's defense, obviously it's really hard to replace, but at the same time you need good bats. You need them. So it's going to be interesting. Devers is like the main factor in all this.
Yeah, he's not to say the skeleton key, but like if he's healthy, this is an amazing offense.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, top to bottom, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah. But then again, you swap that out for Roman, you get a better offense, but you're taking out that upside of what it could be with Devers and Roman, let's say. Like it's just, it moves. It doesn't become, awful or even average. It should still be above average, but that top 5 potential is pretty much gone without Devers.
Yeah, agreed. I think it's already gone with what we've witnessed from Devers and just like what we're kind of projecting out with the shoulder. They came into camp with too many guys for not enough roster spots in the first
Yeah.
place and not enough starting nine jobs. Like in a way, Devers, at least from like a fantasy perspective, is going to kind of open some doors.
Yeah.
I think over the next month. So yeah, losing Devers no fun, but it could open a spot up for one of the most exciting young players in Roman Anthony.
Okay. Another injury that's just popped up is our Dodgers and Freddie Freeman, who had a mishap in the shower. Now you can
Oh,
define mishap however you want. Chelsea Freeman, great lady, maybe they were doing something, but let's say Freddie's out, he has to go on IL for whatever reason. I mean, this is still a pretty damn good lineup. You just have to. I mean, the losing a lefty is kind of huge, though, in the middle of that order. But what do you do here? You move up Muncy? Conforto looks really good right now.
yeah, I think. Well, Muncy's been ice cold.
Yeah, but he does that. That's not a shock.
Yeah, for sure. He's like super streaky. With Freeman out, like I haven't even really seen the replacement lineup today to see how it looks. But I would
Yeah, they're facing a
imagine,
righty, so it would be. I mean, you would imagine it's like the regular lineup.
yeah, I would imagine Teoscar Hernandez gets pushed up a spot.
Oh yeah.
They go lefty, righty, because it's already so righty dominant that you don't
Mm-hmm.
really have to alternate. Like it just happens naturally with Otani and Freeman separated. Um, so maybe Muncy moves up to clean up, and Smith and Conforto alternate where they're at 5 and
Oh,
6.
I have it. Otani, Betts, yeah, Teoscar, Conforto, Smith. That's solid. Edmund,
Mm-hmm.
Muncy, Kike, Pajes.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I
no complaints.
Yeah,
I think Conforto looks good so far. He might become a staple. Like he might be locked into that top 5.
yeah, he looks
Should
good,
be.
man. He looks really good.
Yeah, he was pretty unlucky last year, but he hit lefties last season. Dodger Stadium,
Mhm.
it's much better than Oracle Park. The lineup obviously is better than the Giants. Yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason, Conforto, if he's available in your leagues, he should be rostered because I don't think he's there. There's a chance he's not in a platoon, similar to
Yeah,
Muncy.
yeah. The one thing I was afraid about with Conforto coming into the year is like last year was the first year he ever hit lefties.
Yeah,
Um, at an above average rate. I think he had like a 125 WRC plus or something in that
it was
range,
something. It was
which is
really good. It wasn't just above average. It was like
yeah,
legitimately.
it was strong. But it was also the first time he had ever done it. So I wasn't like magically assuming that he would be an everyday player, and I think he was kind of being projected as one. But I think now with how he's hitting the ball, like he might just find himself an everyday job.
Yeah, even if he's at the bottom of the order against lefties, if he's hitting like 8th, that's still like, middle innings, 6th, 7th, even. They're gonna put in a reliever, and if his spot is up, I know you could obviously pinch hit for him, but like having power like that in general is just huge in this lineup. And Paez, like, I'm not a huge Paez is solid, but he's not like special. Kind of like righty Michael Bush. Like he's
Yeah, I
good, but I don't think he's like someone who I have to play every day. And I might prefer to skip the platoon to get Conforto's bat.
Yeah, I like Pajes, and he's still on the younger side, like very new to the league. So I'm willing to give him a little bit more time because he has a lot of raw talent at the plate. It's just a lot of it is swing decisions with him. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and he's kind of an awkward fit in the lineup only because he's a terrible center fielder. He's playing center fielder out of need, not because that's his natural position. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, there's potentially a time that he hits his way out of a job, and then Kike plays every day,
I mean, Hai
and
Song Kim, if he
Tommy
comes
Edman
up.
plays. Yeah, and they've been working Kim in center field too, so any of that can happen. You throw Edman in center, you throw Kim in center, like yeah, we'll see what happens with him.
The Dodgers lineup is a lot more fungible than like the Red Sox per se, but that's not a shock to anybody. But yeah, the all righty bench is hilarious. I love that.
Yeah,
that was kind of the fear with Conforto, because of how many righties the Dodgers had to platoon him with. But even so, I'm still pretty bullish on him for the season, playing enough that like you're not the platoon concerns kind of go out of the window. Yeah, no. If Freeman's out, it's still a top lineup. That's not a concern, but I mean, yeah, it's. What do you make of the ankle? Is this something that's worrying you? I mean, it was something that worried us in general coming into the year, but like a mishap in the shower. Do you think it's bullshit,
Yeah.
or do you smell bullshit here, or what?
No, I think it's legitimately possible. He could like all it could mean is that he slipped in the shower and like re-aggravated his ankle, which I don't love. But at the same time, the dude, ever since he got his ankle injured, he's been better. Like
He's
he's
been
even
mashing.
better than he ever was. It's insane. So I'm not overly concerned because the dude's just such a great hitter. I mean,
Yeah.
he's amazing.
Luckily, he
And
plays
he's been
first base
fine with
instead of outfield too.
yeah. um, yeah, so I'm not worried. I'm not worried. If they're calling it day to day and it's just like a mishap in the shower and not like he like broke his ankle, like we're good. We're good. I have
Yeah,
no worries.
yeah. I'm strangely optimistic. I know I shouldn't be, but what can you do? Okay, on to a team that is definitely worrying. I mean, at least they're worried, just given the news. The Braves. I do love that they moved Michael Harris back up, and that seems like that should have been the decision regardless of Profar and his suspension. But losing Profar is pretty huge, though I am a big Brian De La Cruz fan. Like I was drafting him while he was with the Marlins. I didn't really select him because they got Verdugo too, but I would lean Brian De La Cruz holds onto this job, and Kalenic's probably the guy, the odd man out when Acuna's back, even though they're both righties.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on board there. I think they're kind of looking for an excuse almost to get rid of Jared Kalenic.
He had a home run
So
recently, so that was nice.
he
That
did.
was nice.
I did see that. Yeah, I don't think Jared Kalenic is long for the roster. We'll find him, playing right field for the White Sox or left field for the
There
White
you
Sox real
go.
soon here. Yeah, I think Brian De La Cruz is like the guy moving forward in left field. I don't see how they put him in a platoon even when Acuna comes back. I think he's going to be there. So we'll see, but I'm not overly concerned with the Braves. I mean, they're going to
No,
turn it around. I think Profar, juiced Profar, kind of a loss. Real Profar,
that's huge. He was
not
so
really.
good last year. He was 20th in expected WOBA, and like he didn't over or underperform. He was like good.
Yeah, yeah, he was absolutely great last year. But now we
But
know
but
the
we know
reason.
why now. Like apparently, like everybody's
Yeah,
saying, "Oh, not shocked by a guy in his 12th season breaking out, having to juice up." But yeah, I fell for it.
yeah,
I was like, "Hey, maybe the pod." I mean, he's always had talent. It's just
yeah,
he added 3 miles per hour to his, to his average exit velocity. He always had pretty good plate discipline. It was just, hey,
yeah.
maybe he went to drive line and he unlocked something. Who knows?
Yeah, I didn't really buy into it just because he's at his age, but at the same time, I knew where he was going to bat in this lineup,
Yeah,
and
that
that
was the thing.
provides
He was going to
value
be
in
leadoff.
itself. Yeah, that provides value in itself. So I bought in somewhat,
Yeah, same.
but man, that's some crazy news. Like if you would have asked me after seeing all the numbers last year that like all these guys put up, and then guys who just took that massive jump. And you asked me, who do you think is the most likely player to have taken steroids? Would have been Trixon Profar. like, is it a surprise to anybody?
No, I like you look like every year it's like 220, 240, 230, 200, and then 280 out of nowhere. You're just like, where did this come from? But it's like
Yeah,
everything looked good. I was like, it's not like he had a lucky season. I mean, he clearly
no,
obviously did something, but there was no luck involved in terms of his numbers. So I was just like, I'm gonna buy it because
yeah,
who the hell knows who's juicing, who's not? We see every year, like even bad players are juicing sometimes.
yeah, yeah.
Or bad players whose
Just the
performance is
outlier.
still bad is what I mean. Sorry. It's not like it's only
Yeah,
the good players
no,
who caught juicing.
I get what you're saying. It's just like it's such a red flag because it's such an outlier. Like he's always had
Yeah.
really good plate discipline, like you said. He's kind of an on base machine, and he always has been. But the power has never been there, ever. and he just magically woke up and started. Like, what was his slugging last year? His ISO, it was probably like double his career average.
His ISO was very solid. It had to be like near 200.
Yeah, his ISO was 179.
Yeah. And his career, what is it? 120 to
One
130 yearly?
149. So a little bit higher than I was expecting.
Okay. But 2018, he did have a very good season relative to his career. So I was like, okay, it's not like we've never seen it. 204 ISO. The ISO was even higher in 2018, too. So he had a 2010 season.
Yeah.
He's had like two of them, basically 2018, 2019. He hit the ball well in 2019, but the performance wasn't there because he was playing in Oakland. But it's just like, okay, 24-10, good numbers and a good offense. It's just like the Braves are even better. Why not? Clearly, why not? Again, but the good news to this bad news is I think the Braves are going to wake up very soon, because getting Michael Harris Jr. up there is probably going to wake them up because he's an awesome hitter. It's been so, like, they faced Michael King, Dylan Cease, ignore Randy Vasquez, and Nick Pivetta.
Yeah.
In San Diego. If this was in Atlanta, I'd be like, okay, that's not great because the park is like neutral. But yeah, San Diego's a hitter's haven. I know San Diego did well, but it's one weekend.
Yeah, it's also not going to get much better for the Braves because now they start a 3-game series with the Dodgers and they face Tyler Glasnow tonight.
But they get Dustin May tomorrow, and I'll be there.
They do. Oh, so, yeah, hey, have fun.
The get right game. I get to see the get right game for the Braves because, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, the Braves will be fine. Long story short, like,
yeah, this is probably even without Acuna, probably still like a top 5-6 offense.
Oh, easily. You just look at the top 5 guys, and I like Drake Baldwin.
Like, without Acuna and Profar, sorry, both of them. Like, looking at this, like De La Cruz, that's a plus hitter. Baldwin's been unlucky to start the season. I think, even when Sean Murphy returns, like, I expect Baldwin to play like 50-50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they might. It could even be a platoon there or something.
I wouldn't be sure. I don't know about platoon because Murphy is so good defensively, but still.
That is true. But if Baldwin hits, man, I don't know how they move on from that. Kind of an interesting situation with the catcher.
But I do like Baldwin in 2 catcher leagues. I picked him up, especially because I lost Murphy, Stevenson, Francisco. I had so many of the catchers that got hurt because, of course, and Will Smith, who came in with the ankle bruise or the deep bone bruise in his ankle, is mashing. So, and I was high on him. I'm always high on Will Smith. That's not crazy, but I lowered him and I'm like, okay, I'll get the cheaper guys, and then they get hurt, and it's all bad. Catcher's bad in fantasy.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, Drake Baldwin is a guy that I really like, even just for this year, not just pointing to the future.
Yeah, no, we are. I mean, yeah, we're still high on this team. That's not anything crazy at all. Speaking of, we could do a little bit of some picks for tonight and tomorrow. Well, actually, let's do one for tomorrow because I want to see actually if it's live. If not, we could do it for tonight. Has the game started yet?
For the Braves Dodger game.
Yes,
that one's at 10:10 start, so, or 10:10 Eastern, I should say, since we're on opposite ends.
10:10. You mean 7:10? I don't know what you're
talking about. I'm on the better time zone.
The better time zone. I don't appreciate that. Yeah, no, let's do something, a little underdog action. I've been meaning for today, but my head hasn't been in the game clearly. Let's see what we could do. Let's get this MLB up. Everything's been like, Twitter's been slow for me. I don't know if it's my internet or what, but I can't get anything up today. Okay, oh, lovely. Oh, we have tomorrow's games too. Collapse all. I would love to do that. Okay, ATL LAD, and share this tab. Okay, Glass now going tonight. He's looked fantastic. But is there an edge to be had with people thinking the Braves? I mean, obviously the algorithm probably has everything mixed in. Maybe an under on his outs.
Wow. So I was going to say a higher on his outs was his.
I mean, he could get, here's the thing. He could strike out 10 and get pulled in 5 innings if.
Yeah. The Braves also, we just talked about, they're ice cold right now. I could
They
easily
are.
see him, even at like, just say he throws 85 pitches and that's like his soft cap. He could easily get through 6 innings. I don't
Okay.
really understand the line. And the higher is 1.11x.
Okay, we might have to agree to disagree on this one. Is there anything we could agree on for Glass now? He doesn't walk a lot of guys. First strikeout, that's interesting. No, you can't even get yes because it's such a high. Oh, because he's facing Grant Holmes, that's why. Little revenge game narrative for Grant Holmes. Let's see where he's at. Let's okay. 4.5 strikeouts.
Wait
Two
a
and a
second.
half.
First strikeout?
Yeah.
But
First inning strikeouts. But you could get
Oh,
him
no,
at
no, no.
first
For
strikeout,
Glasnow,
yes.
what was the.
It was like no at 4-1.
So basically saying he's not striking anybody out in the first inning.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, 4.2 to 1 on Glass now not striking anyone out. Basically, he's probably going to strike someone out.
Yeah, yeah.
So
no, I don't love it.
even at 4.5 or 4.2 to 1, I don't love that. Holmes walks. I do like the walks.
I do like higher on walks. That's what I would pick for him here.
I do like the walks.
Dodgers are overly patient.
Yes,
I think he
Glass
walks
now.
too pretty easily.
Okay. Do we think? Okay, you're thinking outs, and these are better. These are actually kind of good odds here. That 1.1 to 1.
Yeah, even he could even go 5 1/3, like, and we're
Yeah,
good.
you're right. You're
Or
right.
actually, no, 5 2/3. But yeah.
No, a 5 1/3 because that would be 16 outs.
Oh yeah, I
15
can't do
outs
math.
is
Remember, I can't do
yeah.
math. Yes,
You're right.
yes.
Okay, Mookie versus Holmes. Do we like anything with Mookie? He's been on a tear, and he got a day off too.
Yeah, off day Mookie. How about a little 1.5 total bases?
I like that. All he needs is a double. Yeah,
Yeah.
power's there. Holmes isn't like, yeah, Holmes can give up some hard contact here and there. So Shohei, oh, we can't take a walk on Shohei. So how about a run scored?
Yeah, on a Mookie double in the first
There
inning.
we go. I love it. Is there
Correlation? I have one more that I think we need to take.
Which player?
Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto. Oh yeah, against a righty. A
Red
ribby.
hot. Just take something.
Oh, we got half a total base for Michael Conforto.
That's crazy.
That's free money. Edmund versus righty. Insane. I don't love it. Muncy, ice cold, but can he get a total base against Grant Holmes?
I wish it was like
0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Max Muncy.
So all we need is a sac fly. I'm in.
Yeah. No, that's about it. I think we're good. We get 9.92x. $10 into little 99. Yeah, 10 into 99. We like it. We love it. Grant Holmes over 1.5 walks. Tyler Glasnow over 15.5 pitching outs. Mookie, or Mucky, as you like to call him, higher than 1.5 total bases. Shohei just has to score a run. Conforto just needs a single. Muncy just needs literally a single or a sac fly.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love it. Michael Conforto higher than half a total base is just so crazy to me.
That's hilarious.
With the way he's been hitting, like, it doesn't make any sense.
Let's see if we can get tomorrow's slate too, because I'm gonna be there, like I said. So, oh no, we cannot do tomorrow, sadly, but we can discuss it sooner than later. We can potentially talk about it tomorrow. I don't know if we're gonna get a stream going, but that's always fun. Is there anything else? Oh, Cubs Athletics, KC Milwaukee. That's tomorrow. Let's do a little Cubs Athletics action. How about that?
Yeah,
that's fun.
Do it. I think it's Joey Estes and.
This is the fun thing. Is this the first game at Sutter Health Park?
It is, because they've been playing the Mariners, right?
They have.
At I was going to call it Safeco. I don't even know what it's called anymore. But what's the Mariners Park called?
I forgot. I don't know exactly. But.
Yeah, it'll always be Safeco to me. But yeah, this is the first game in the absolute small park of Sacramento. So
speaking of getting wrecked. Shout out to Emerson Hancock getting his cock handed to him. He is he's getting wrecked in the first inning. Fun. Let's get some overs and get some unders on pitchers. So Joey Estes, under on the pitching outs. There's no fantasy. I think we're gonna go on the pitching outs, right?
Yes, against the Cubs, yes. I like the lower.
Ben Brown, he might get some strikeouts, but 14.5, there's no fantasy points. I think both these guys get knocked out. Neither of them are that good. Brown
Yeah,
has some upside, but
I kind of like the lower for first inning strikeouts.
okay. Or
Um,
what about 1.5 earned runs allowed?
yeah, I could see that too.
There we go. All he needs is 2. 1.5. Yeah, no, that's solid. Okay. Is Estes a reverse splits guy is the question.
I'll check that out right
Or
now.
is Ben Brown? You go check on Brown. I'll check on Estes right now.
Oh, I'm already on Estes, but
Okay, I'll go check on Brown.
All right.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, Ben Brown. I mean, he doesn't have like a huge sample, but we'll take what we could get right now. Cool.
So Joey Estes is a reverse splits guy.
Interesting. Okay, so we're
At
gonna take
least
the
he
right.
has been, or he was last year.
Yeah, Ben Brown, lefties. Yeah, he's solid against righties, or at least he was last year into this year. Okay, so Estes, we're taking Seiya Suzuki. It's hot. You like the bases or you like the hits here? I think I kind of like the bases.
Like the RBIs.
Oh, you like the RBIs? 1 point. Oh, yeah.
1.27 is really, really strong.
Dansby, Hap. Oh, Hat's going to bat as a lefty, so we don't really get the reverse splits. Shaw, half a total base, 1.5 runs. Let's see, PCA, no. We're going to take the righties here. Okay, let's go back. Who can we get? We got Seiya.
Some Tyler Soderstrom.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into the A's. I was just going over the Cubs right now.
Oh, okay.
All he needs is a hit from Dansby. All he needs is one hit for a 0.7 to 1.
Yeah, that it's just too easy.
Yeah, we're gonna take that. Okay, back to Tyler Soderstrom just been so hot.
Give me a home run.
You want a home run?
Base? Dude.
The total base is at 0.5.
Yeah,
I know the home run's pretty juicy, but like we're gonna take that.
The total base is like the smarter one.
How about a JJ Bleday home run?
Oh, now we're getting fancy. I like it. I like it.
Brown,
I like me some JJ Bleday.
Oh, we can't take the runs on Brown. That's the problem. Okay, so wait, you wanted the under on the 1.5 strikeouts, right?
First inning strikeouts for Brown. Yeah, I thought that was a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take the Bleday home run because we can't mix that with the runs. Max Muncy's a righty, so that doesn't work. Or Lawrence Butler, fantasy points. I love taking fantasy points. It's fun.
Yeah, why not? Add a 7th pick to our making it 69x. Gotta love it.
I love it. It's a great number. Let's throw $5 on this. A little low action just because we have the homer in there, but we're not made of money. That's nice though. Joey Estes getting knocked out low early. Seiya Suzuki just needed ribby. Dansby just need a hitty. Tyler Soderstrom stay hot. Ben Brown don't start too hot. Bleday Dong, Butler have a day. I love it.
Yep, I like it.
I like it a lot.
These are actually two of my favorite teams this year.
Yeah,
I think, to watch.
You're easy to stack. That's why.
Yeah. I've kind of fallen in love with the A's. I love that team and like how bright the future is. I think I know the A's have been a laughing stock, but I really think that team is coming around.
Yeah, no, definitely think the A's. I mean, the offense looks good this year, but the pitching is still pretty far off. Even with like a Jeffrey Springs looking good, it's just one guy. But yeah, they have some dudes in their minors that maybe in a year or two probably are going to contribute, and then they can always once they're in Vegas, I think they'll sign some guys.
Yeah, the money will start hitting, right?
Ideally, I mean that's what we're kind of banking on for them right now. I mean, got to flip this around again. But yeah, no, the A's look good. Is there anything else you're panicking on early in the season? I know we want to do like a roundtable, but I'm just looking. Orioles, Kowser's out, but I mean, Kierstad kind of slides right in there, and the offense is so good. Gunner's going to be back later this week, apparently. I mean,
not worried even a little bit. Because I think Kjerstad could very easily be just as good as Colton Cowser was
yeah,
this year,
replaceable.
or was last year, or was going to be this year. So I'm not concerned. And then Gunnar comes back, and that offense is, I mean, they're red hot, and Colton Cowser hasn't been like an enormous part of it. Check me if I'm wrong.
He had a homer. He's homered. He's had a solid start, but it's nothing crazy.
Yeah, he's looks like 2 for 16 potentially, and 125 with the homer.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
not great.
Kjerstad, I mean, I was bullish on Kjerstad, kind of like I don't know what to think of him. He was the second overall pick. But at the same time, he's been solid in the minors, but nothing too great. Like relative to age and level, it's just been good, not great. But really, with opportunity, he could have a quality fantasy year. But he's still probably in a platoon. Carlson, Ramon Laureano.
Who did they play today? I don't remember.
Oh, they played the Red Sox. They played against Sean Newcomb today.
And Kjerstad was in there batting fifth.
He was, but then again, Gunner's returning at the end of the week is what I'm saying. So, obviously Gunner's lefty, but Gunner's going to play every day. So, you get another everyday guy. Maybe, I mean, Holiday was in the lineup as well, and he's a lefty, but how does it shake out when Gunner's back is my question. Against lefties.
Yeah, I don't really know. Because, man, it's not like you can pull. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. How is Ramon Urias like really good against lefties?
I mean, that's the only way he's going to get into the lineup now. He's a righty.
Yeah, I just don't know how good he is.
That's the thing. But like, is Gunner going to play the field or just DH early on? I don't know what's going on with him.
I don't know what their plan is. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Kjerstad could find a way. As long as he hits, man, I don't see how they keep him down.
Yeah, Ramon's a reverse splits guy. That's weird.
Who is?
Ramon Urias. But it's really the outfielder. He's an infielder, though. So the only way he'd get in is probably like replacing, well, not Holiday, but unless he's at second base. I mean, Jorge Mateo is the logical.
Urias has been playing third, I think, right? So you just slide Westbrook to third, Holiday back to second, and play Gunner at short. Because Holiday's been playing short.
Yeah, we'll see how long Kjerstad lasts in the lineup as against lefties, at least. I'm just because O'Hearn comes out for sure.
Lefties better last year.
He did, but like, is that his profile though? Because he didn't really.
I don't see. That's the thing that I don't
plate
know.
Appearances.
That's the thing that I don't know, but I know he did hit lefties better than righties last year in a very, very small sample of 114 plate appearances. So, not exactly banking on that, but I don't know. They made him the second overall pick for a reason.
Yeah, his expected stats were not favorable, but you're right. He mashed lefties, and it's not like he struck out a lot. He struck out versus righties way more too. He just never took a walk versus a lefty. But did he have a giant? He only had 17 plate appearances or 18 plate appearances, versus lefties. So it's not like that's a big sample.
Oh, okay. See, so the Orioles broadcast today was tricking the viewers. They made it seem like it was more plate appearances. They showed his splits versus lefties and righties. So they were just lying. They were lying. They were using numbers to lie.
who among us wouldn't? Yeah, he's like about 22% of the way to his 2024 total already.
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe that's not something that'll stick. I'm not really too familiar with Kjerstad's minor league splits. So
yeah, I know his numbers. Like again, against AA and AAA, he was good, but he was also very old relative to like a high end prospect.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm still interested. I think he's going to be fine this year.
Definitely.
Just playing time concerns.
I'm trying to think about who I've added in recent days because I dropped Kjerstad and I didn't consider the Cowser news last night, but I got some bats and I'm not like I got like Jordan Beck. I'm kind of excited about him. He could play every day. The Coors games. We haven't even had Coors yet, so we'll see how that goes. He's hitting at the bottom of the order, but he could work his way up. But yeah, the potential everyday guys kind of interest me a little more. I mean, Brian De La Cruz, that could be an everyday guy too. That's someone that I'm going to be eyeing.
Yeah, I
At
think
least these
I
next
think
couple
he is
days.
going to play every day.
Definitely. As long as, I mean, he has to hit. That's kind of like the prerequisite to play every day. He has to, we can't just go off precedent. Last year was bad, but
Yeah, I think he's
his
a
career
fine
numbers,
player.
he's a good hitter. And he's not young, but he's not old either.
Yeah, last year was bad, but he's been around league average the rest of his career, like slightly below.
Expected stats always good on him until last year. And he's been playing
Yeah.
in the Marlins offense / park. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other news. What do you think about the Wankies bats?
The Wankies bat. I
Oh, I
posted it on
call them the
Twitter.
Wankies.
The Wankies. I don't care. As long as everybody could use them, who cares? It's not like they're
Yeah.
the only team that are like legalized to use those torpedo bats. And I think they look kind of cool. I think funky bats, more home runs, I'm all for it. But it's also like,
Yeah.
is there a juiced ball now? My presumption is, I mean, obviously with the Yankees bats, the wind was blowing out too really heavily this weekend. It was like 15 plus miles an hour in Yankee Stadium. So it could just be a mix of everything for them. But X Woba is up on batted balls. It's only been a weekend, so it's nothing crazy yet. Are you suspicious at all?
Yes, I think that the balls are highly likely to be juiced this year.
Okay. Oh, wow. Speaking of Emerson Hancock, knocked out. 0.2 innings, 7 hits, 1 walk, 6 earned runs. So if you started him, you got wrecked.
Yeah, so Hancock's a guy I've never really liked. I thought he was overrated in the draft. And I've always just kind of kept that take. I have like zero interest, even though he's in the right organization for pitching development.
Yeah, he's a command with just okay fastball velocity, but not great fastball velocity. Like, I feel like Hancock 15 years ago would have been a much better prospect.
Oh yeah, yeah, he would have been a stud.
Yeah,
but yeah,
like 96 that can dot. That's awesome.
Yeah. Who did the damage for the Tigers, though, is what I want.
Riley Green. Javier Baez had like a 2-3 run double. I forgot what it was. Sweeney. Everyone got a taste.
Dylan Dingler.
Dylan Dongler. Yeah, I don't know what to make of him.
Stud.
Torkelson? I was checking for Torkelson. I don't think I remember.
He got a hit.
Got a hit. Hell yeah. Oh, and a run.
Pretty much everybody got on base. Oh.
Yes, they did.
Wait,
it was really McKinstry was the only one.
The inning is still going.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. That's why I was live talking about it.
Wow.
Fun stuff.
That's really bad. Really, really bad.
Poor guy. I mean, how about closers? Anything on the closer situations? I know that doesn't impact like underdog or like our best ball drafts at all, but Ryan Walker back tightness. I came into the year thinking Doval was still in the mix, not for saves early, but like to get the job back if he performed well.
Oh yeah.
I know you're a huge Doval fan.
I'm a Doval and a Walker fan.
I mean, yeah, they're both really good.
The way that I thought the closer situation would go is it was Walker's job, but almost like a first sign of trouble. Like, it doesn't matter who's the closer; they're both good. Like Doval could throw 9th inning sometimes. Walker could throw the 9th inning sometimes. Yeah, I don't really think you can go wrong. It's kind of a situation to figure out if they're both healthy. But with Walker, the back tightness, like Doval could just run away with the job now.
Yeah, he's pitching right now in a game. Well, they're up 5 in like the 7th, so it's not shocking.
Yeah, he did get the save the other day. So.
Yeah, no, I'm still a believer in Doval, and if you picked him up, I wouldn't let go just because of this start. Or not this start, but this outing.
Yeah.
Looking at, I mean, Luke Jackson for the Rangers, I picked him up in like a league I had Bednar, but he doesn't even look that good, but he has the job. So sometimes you just need the guy who has the job, like a Kyle Finnegan. But he's not someone.
Jackson's too bad.
No, he's a talented reliever. It's just there's a reason he hasn't had. I mean, he's gotten hurt, but he hasn't had a job in 7 years as a closer.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested. I guess I was interested in Justin Slayton. but
I
he just
still
got
am. I
torched.
think this is just one bad outing.
Yeah, I think it does set him back though for save chances. Just one bad outing because there's still. I feel like it's still super fluid. The
Definitely. But
situation
like
in
Hendricks
Boston.
is on
So
IL, so it's not like he's in the mix. And then
yeah,
what, like Whitlock? Is Whitlock?
well,
He's in the
Aroldis.
bull. Aroldis, of course. That's the guy I thought it would be coming into the year, and it's still probably the guy. But
Mhm.
Slayton, I mean, against a righty heavy, ninth, where Aroldis gets a lefty heavy eighth, let's say, would have been an option. I still think he. I don't think this team is gonna move off of Slayton just because of one bad outing, especially because he's had two really good ones so far. So it's
Yeah,
potato right there. Detroit, I don't know what's going on with them. Like we saw them bring in like Bo Brisky for like a
yeah.
late inning, and he's not even that good. Holton's their best reliever, but he's too valuable as the
He's like
fireman
a
slash.
fireman. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
no,
I don't know what's going on. They have a weird approach to just baseball in general. Like they're platooning mid game constantly. They're mixing and matching constantly with the pitching. They kind of operate under a different structure. So it's
yeah.
not even
Well,
a
usually
team that I would really be looking for a closer because I don't think they'll have a set one ever.
they're gonna win enough games that they'll have to have save. They're gonna have save opportunities. That's not a quite like they're gonna
Mhm.
win 80 games to 85 maybe. I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably lower now with. I mean, Parker's hurt. They've had a bunch of. Who else was it recently? Oh, Glaber with the oblique.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll see who else. I mean, Torkelson hitting's
Yeah.
huge for if Torkelson's hitting, that's a huge boost to the lineup in general. But we'll see.
Yeah. For
I
saves, I think it's just going to be spread around a lot.
If Jason Foley's back, he's probably the guy though. No,
But I don't think they send
he
him down to
pitched
Triple
well in
A.
spring. He just had a rough ERA. It's just like his peripherals were really
Yeah.
good, and
I
last year he
don't
was
get it.
good.
I don't get why they sent Foley down. There's got to be something to it. Because to me, he's the most talented reliever in that
He's a
bullpen.
good reliever.
He is. He is. I just weird, weird.
Yeah, he
Um,
doesn't strike guys out, but like he throws 99 to 100
mhm.
and he generates ground balls. Like if the defense is bad, yeah, his ERA is going to be high, but spring was good. I mean, his first minor league outing was good. I don't know if he's a head case or I can't speak to that, but
Yeah, that's kind of what I without saying it, that's kind of what I was getting to is I just don't know. Like it's like the only thing that would make sense to me how you send him down is if there's something that we're not aware of because he should have been the closer coming into the year. You don't throw a
yeah,
couple bad innings in spring and lose the lock on the closer's role just like that.
I don't think he
Doesn't make any
walked a
sense.
guy in spring was the thing. He had like more he had more strikeouts than innings pitched and no walks, if I recall correctly. I'm going to go back to his. I know spring isn't everything, but last year was 3.15 ERA. Yeah, he had 10 strikeouts in 7.1 innings of spring and 0 walks.
Yeah, I don't
One
know.
hit by
I don't know.
pitch. It makes no sense. I don't know what they're doing. And like, yeah, the peripherals weren't great last year, but they were still like good enough for a rotational reliever at worst,
Yeah.
especially for the fucking Tigers. Yeah, I think
Well,
if
he did
Foley's
say
back up, he's the
himself.
closer. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he's
He
the guy
should
if
be.
he's back up.
This is
What
a
happened?
direct quote from Jason Foley after being optioned. He said, "I'm not a big leaguer right now." So
He's
could
not
be a
wrong.
confidence thing. I don't know. Well, he is right by saying that. I'm just
Technically,
it
yes, he's not a big
could be
leaguer right now.
pointing to some
But yeah,
confidence
once he's back up,
issues.
I'd probably pick him up. He's the guy, in my opinion. Once he's back, because then he'll be a big leaguer again. So
Yeah. One other situation that kind of interests me is like with Bednar. I love
I think
Colin
he's gotten
Holderman.
really unlucky.
He has. He has. He but it's an elevated situation already. He's already on extremely, extremely thin ice
Yeah,
that
that's the problem. It's like his
he's gonna get
confidence. It's like,
yanked.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. To me, Colin Holderman is like really a very good reliever in the making.
It's just that
I
name.
think
It's
he is the
Holderman.
guy.
He's not Saverman.
Yeah, you gotta
Boo.
leave him in the eighth inning, right?
You have to. I mean, look, they don't have great options in the
No,
back
could
end,
be
like
Dennis
Dennis
Santana.
Santana.
No, yeah, I think it's Colin Holderman's job by like the
I
end
think
of
he's like a
this
week.
month.
Justin
Yeah,
Lawrence, he's good, honestly. I think that's the
is
guy.
he with the Pirates?
Yeah.
I missed that. I missed them picking him up because I like Justin Lawrence. He
He
just
has,
needed to get out of Colorado.
he had 2 outings. So he has a 4.50 ERA, but like he has 3 Ks in 2 innings, no walks. I mean, it's only 2 innings, but like he looks good so far. 1.98 xFIP. He's been really like from like 2022 to 2023. He was like outside of Colorado, fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Last
I
year
don't
was
think
rough, but I
he's
don't
bad.
judge
I
somebody.
don't think he's too bad.
Yeah. Also, I think Carmen Mlajunsky, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, the guy who pitched today, he's probably like a bullpen guy in
Mm-hmm.
the long term. I don't think he's a starter outside of like a back end guy, if anything.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
he could be in the mix if he gets demoted eventually. But yeah, no, I think it's
Yeah,
Lawrence
I could see it.
if Bednar gets demoted long term, but like short term would probably be Holderman, Santana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think Holderman's the most likely, but I kind of like the. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Carmen Molodzinski is my guess at it. But yeah, I think he does have some upside. I believe he was a first rounder like not that long ago.
Yeah, he was like a fringe first rounder. I think it was like the 33rd
Yeah.
pick or 34th or something. But yeah, he's the
Mm-hmm.
guy I would say long term Lawrence for this year at least. If Bednar's demoted, which could happen. I was like following Bednar's outings, and it's like infield single, which leads to an error by either the catcher or someone else, and then like the bases
Yeah.
are runners in scoring position, and then he gives up a double, which like O'Neill Cruz misread, and it's just like, yeah, it's bad luck, but it's also compounding, and sometimes it's bad juju. It's just you got to get this guy out of the. I don't know
Yeah.
because the
Got to get a
velo's
reset.
fine.
Yeah, you got to get a reset. Like, there's just no reasonable explanation for a guy being as dominant as he was, like top tier, all star caliber reliever of the year
For
dominant.
like 2-3
To
years.
yeah, being the absolute worst closer in the game.
Last year he had an oblique injury. He started the season with an oblique injury, and I was like, okay, Mulligan, you had a rough injury, oblique for like a stout, like a compact, thicker
Yeah,
guy. That's gonna be
he's
brutal.
thick. We could just be
he's
yeah.
2 C's, but yeah, no, I think the David Bednar thing definitely needs a reset. Probably if he gets demoted, he could get the job back eventually, but I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
going to be shocked if I'm dropping him this Sunday.
Yeah, and the Pirates aren't amazing in the beginning to begin with, so maybe that's a
They're gonna.
situation we'll just let them figure it out and don't care as much.
Yeah, it's probably better to
Um,
not have a Pirates closer at this point.
yeah,
I mean, in terms of
yeah.
fantasy.
What do you think about
Oh,
the Dodgers situation?
Scott's velo being down, Robert saying he's working through some things. I don't know. Maybe it's mechanics, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Trinan might be the guy.
Yates has the history too, and I think Trinan's too valuable. They're both going to get. I think they're both in the mix for saves. Vesia too,
Mm-hmm.
if they have a lefty heavy ninth. But I mean, yeah, because Trinan and Vesia both have saves so far through like 5 games.
The
But
first save situation went to Trinan, and Yates didn't
yeah,
even pitch in the game. So it was kind of
but Yates
interesting.
looks so good, and he's
Dude,
coming off
he's
a
so
30
good.
save.
Yeah, Yates is a demon, man. I don't know how he is as good as he is, but he is good.
Yeah, and the
So
thing we know about Trinan is he's had a lot of opportunities in his career to be like the closer and a long term guy. He's had some injuries too, but he's better off as a fireman.
yeah, I don't disagree. We witnessed it in the playoffs last year. But yeah, very interesting that the first save opportunity went to Trinan. I guess we'll see what kind of happens over the next couple of weeks because for the time being, I think Scott's kind of out of the picture.
I think so too. I mean, I think Vesia is the high leverage lefty right now.
Yeah.
But we'll
Yeah.
see. I mean, like
We shall
maybe it
see.
is a mechanics thing with Scott, and he'll be himself in like a week or
Mhm.
even a couple days. Who knows? I don't know. We don't know the exact details, but like he was very down on his velo. And Sasaki, I don't know what to make of him right now. Is it just adjustment from Japan to here?
I wasn't expecting much this year,
Okay.
to be honest. So I'm not exactly surprised with what his first start looked like, or his first two starts. I believe it's 9 walked in 4 2/3 innings,
Yep.
something along those lines. Which is rough. I mean, we're talking about a guy with absolutely zero command, but he's got. I mean,
Oh, we got to
I
say a
would
Suzuki
say he
RBI,
has.
by the way. Joey Estes is going to get knocked out of this game.
Oh no way! So we're already making progress.
3 earned
Um,
runs and 1 out. Or 3 runs and 1 out so far.
yeah. Do we have his under on outs or anything?
Yes, we do.
Oh, beautiful, lovely.
Oh, hell yeah. We got a home run from Dansby Swanson.
Oh, and all we needed was a total base, right?
Yep.
Oh,
So we
we're
hit on
cooking.
Seiya. We're going to hit on Estes, it looks like.
We are
Lovely.
cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying
Also,
about
Tyler Glass now
Sasaki.
is striking everybody out. So I don't know if we get past 5 innings if he gets like 15
Oh,
strikeouts.
oh yeah, the Dodger game is on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
he has 3
Oh man.
outs. So we're close, but it's like if he gets like 12 strikeouts, I don't know if he gets past 5.
Yeah, as long as they're just make them quick strikeouts.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's 2. Excuse me.
Yeah, how
Still,
many pitches did he throw that first inning?
I didn't see
10.
exactly.
Let's see. He threw 13, so not
Okay.
too
That's
bad.
not bad at all.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Like just
But
managing him and his elbow was my biggest concern. And it's just like, I don't know if the Dodgers are going to like, they don't have to push him at all,
no,
especially with their bullpen, even
they
with Scott
don't.
hurt.
Yeah, they have options. Although a lot of them aren't trustworthy. Like I, we're talking about Sasaki. Like I said, I wasn't expecting much. The raw stuff is there. The command is not. Um, I think he may just need to get acclimated, and that could potentially be a demotion to AAA at some point this year.
I'm not shocked. Yeah, I'm benching him
Just
versus
to
the
get
Phillies
used
this
to.
week.
Yeah, it's a little bit different of a situation than Yamamoto because Saki's younger than me. Like he's
Yeah.
23. That's really young to move from the only country you've ever known to the United States on the biggest stage for the best team in Los Angeles. Like that's a lot for anyone, but it's a lot for a 23-year-old. And I think long term he's going to be fine, but this year I don't really see him recovering until maybe the end of the year from any kind of
Yeah.
mental block or command issues.
I'm still going to possibly start him next weekend against the Cubs because it's at home. I mean, the Cubs are cooking right now, but again, it's a really bad pitcher and it's favorable home park. But yeah, if Sasaki can give us something quality, and it's on Fox this Saturday, so we're gonna see Sasaki versus Nola, Fox Sports
Yeah.
1 at 1 o'clock. So tune in to see what happens. I'm
Yeah.
optimistic. I still think he could figure it out. I'm not gonna rule out, becoming the guy that he is or should be, but uh he did have issues with his elbow in Japan. He avoided Tommy John. He could be another guy that's, just it's inevitable and it's finally coming to fruition. But yeah, we'll see. I don't, there's no
Yeah.
hard take.
The issue I had more so with his start than the command too was that his velo was down.
Yeah.
He was sitting
Relative to
95,
Japan, too.
96. Yeah,
Yeah.
sitting 95, 96, topping 97. Not exactly something I like to see for a guy that kind of relies on fastball velocity as of now. And then the splitter, he wasn't able to get it over. Any kind of off-speed pitch, not able to get it over. It wasn't pretty. And I think he has like a couple more starts of a leash until
Yeah. I
other
think they're going to
arrangements
give
start
him
being made.
at least the next 2 starts.
Agreed. I would give him
Yeah.
that much too. I would give
As
him
he
that
should.
much too. Just see what he does because he's so talented.
Here's the thing. Bobby
You can
Miller,
see it.
he looks not back, but like I could see Bobby Miller just getting the job to replace Sasaki.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobby Miller. I mean, he's still got talent too, man. He's not a AAA arm. We'll just put it that way.
No.
Even though he looked like one last year, there were issues
But
there.
he
So
last year was like the shoulder, and like he had such a good first start. Yeah. I mean, he has one outing so far, 4.2 innings. Strikeout to walk isn't great, but like 45% ground ball, no home run allowed. I mean, 240 FIP in that one start. I'm optimistic that he is fine. And this is AAA, where it's like everything's a hitter's park there. I think Bobby is going to be pretty good long term. He has the high velo though, so we'll see how many innings he can really pitch and stay healthy with. But yeah, if Sasaki's down, I expect Bobby to come back up. Or if May struggles, I expect Bobby up in the next 3 to 4 weeks anyway.
Yeah. What's up with Tony Gonsolin these days?
He got hurt again, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, because he was supposed to. He got hurt squatting.
We have a lot of weird injuries going on, don't we?
Yeah, Dustin May esophagus. Tony Gonsolin hurt.
Okay, we got the Ohtani walk. Come on, Granholms, let us cook. We just need a run. A Mookie double here? That would be nice.
Hey, that's what we said. The correlation, man. Mookie double to drive in Ohtani.
Yeah, that'll work.
And then Conforto to drive him in.
I think it's time for us to go watch that game. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. If you guys have any questions ever, just feel free to let us know. DM us, comment, whatever. We're happy to cover it. Week 1 or opening week is done, but at the same time, baseball carries on. We have a lot of baseball ahead of us.
Yes,
a lot to talk about. Hopefully a lot of money to make. Hey, what's your advance rate on Underdog, bro?
Oh, you don't want to know my week 1 advance rate.
How much money are you making on your best ball teams?
Negative 4,000.
Hell yeah. I'm like negative 1,500 right now. I'm rich, man. I'm rich in debt.
We're like off to a great start. Hey, but if Lars Nootbaar keeps killing it.
Lars Nootbaar, I mean, we need Wilson Contreras to wake up just for correlation's sake. So
yes.
I don't know what's going on there. I think it's just a bad unlucky start.
Frustrating.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, like the point of this is, I think non-injury related studs, at least they're going to be fine. It's so early. Like Ellie made up for like a whole month today alone. 2 home runs in it, like not a whole month. Let's say like 2 weeks, but whatever.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Wilson Contreras, I'm not worried.
There's so many bats that are cold right now. I mean, the Braves as a
5
whole.
games through.
Yeah, just everything will find its fit unless there's an injury that we don't know about or a PED suspension that we don't know about. Profar, comma Jurickson. But yes, thank you to everybody for tuning in. It's been great getting to chat with you, Dan, once more. Anything you got going recently? Any poker games you've been hopping in?
Just a little online stuff per usual. Not too much in that department though. I haven't been playing nearly as much as usual.
Oh. Well, sadly.
Well, Teoscar Hernandez just went yard.
Hell yeah. So we got the Mookie. Oh, but also Ben Brown just got a strikeout, so we need him to not get one more.
Okay.
We might go broke soon. Nevertheless, I'll see you guys at Dodger Stadium tomorrow. Dan, I'll see you back here sometime soon, hopefully sometime this week. Go baseball.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Find us at Rotos